Hello. Put the music down to about there. Hello, everyone. I hope all is doing well, or that you all are doing well. You know what I meant. Just give me a second here. I don't want this over here. I want it over here. Resume, actually. Yeah, let's do that one. Settings. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I hope everyone is doing well. I am a bit confusion here. Just getting settled in, as per usual. Okay. So let's just do a quick check of the stuff. Well, first, let's get the go live tweet out. Thank you, YouTube, for the email letting me know my stream is live. I appreciate that. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone had a good weekend for wherever you are in the world. We're going to watch some ducks and try to get some work done. And also... strike command is now not working. That's interesting. Did I spell it wrong? Wouldn't be the first time. Interesting. Did not work when I used the chat bot. Rubber ducky programming. Yes, indeed. That's up there for the moment while I get my myself situated, and then I'm going to put Godot and what have you up on the stream. But I'm a little behind myself at the moment. I'm still getting my go live posts up. But anyway, Sage Voodoo, I hope you are having a good day. It's a good day. Good is hard to come by, but we do our best. It's a day. Yeah, I respect and appreciate and agree with that entire sentiment, top to bottom. Okay. Let me try to get my game dev. Yeah, we'll put that up there. And we'll put it on Blue Sky. And then on Threads. Threads only allows one one tag, which is both good and bad. I understand why they do it. But it is a little bit on the annoying side. Anyway, social media posts are up. Let's go back. I guess I'll just use my Twitter post for... Going back and forth between... using Twitter and when I post, like, when I add the link to my Discord. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. You and your daughter had a big cry today. I'm sorry. I hope the end result of that was okay. It sounds like a pretty rough start, considering the day is new. Well, the day isn't that new. I mean, it's new for me. So let's exit out of the ducks. No. Come on. Save. Yes, save. I want to exit to the main menu. Yeah, save the game. Again. Exit. I just saved the game. Thank you. Dear Lord. Okay. And let's get Godot up here. There we go. And I believe this was the tutorial I was working on. Yeah, so I've got a tutorial side by side with something that I was trying to make. Let me go back to the scene window here. And let's open another instance of Godot. So the one that I was playing around with, just playing around with the character animation to see. I have several ideas for things that I would like to do. And my brain can't get my brain to just kind of zero in on something. Because I have this, let's do a third one. Why not? Not dot, test. So this is the one that I have the most stuff built in, which is not in any way meant to represent a game. It's just like, I'm just doing basic stuff. I grabbed a little dot for a player character and some backgrounds just to test out, see if I could get a working parallax background in the background. Right, and this is all it does. Because I'm just sort of getting my head around Godot. You know, jump speeds and all that stuff seems okay. So I was playing with that. It was good crime. Music hits you that way. Oh, okay. As long as it was the end result was good for you both. Glad to hear it. But yeah, anyway, so that was something that I was just messing around with just to kind of get my head inside of it. And I wanted a little bit better animation. Trying to decide if I just want to use that simple dot as my player character. Because for several of the ideas, were kind of, this is just the way my brain works. Idea leads on to idea, and eventually I wind up 18 steps away from where I started. But I wanted something that wasn't quite the classic character animation, but just gave it a little bit more life. And so this is how I was thinking it would look as it was running across the screen. But that's as far as I got. Because it's, even if you're doing your best to like work from the best way to do this, I'm told, is to work from a project. Have an idea, try to build something, use the docs and a tutorial as reference rather than going through the tutorial, which I think is solid and is kind of what I've been doing. But I've been so all over the place that I'm just going back to doing a tutorial so that way I can kind of have my hands in the system, even though my brain is not, I'm not like working on a specific project at the moment. I just need to kind of be in it. So yeah. As I said, I'm glad your cry was a good cry. And I hope it stays that way. So let's see what we got here. Coding the player. I set up the project. And I've got organizing the project. Yeah, I've got all that. I could put them both on screen, I think, but then I'd have so much less real estate. Excuse me. We'll see how it goes. Let's just get in here. So we did this, creating the player scene. I've already got the player scene. Why am I... Player is area 2D. When do we do that again? We need to choose a root node for the player object. As a general rule, a scene's root node should reflect the object's desired functionality. Okay. What the object is. Click another node and other node button to add area 2D. I'm just refreshing myself. See, one of the problems with this is that even in something super small, where you're just making a character go across the screen, why you're using the appropriate things, because there is so much you can do in this engine, I have trouble getting that to stick to my brain. So, the area 2D, we use that because detects objects that overlap or run into the player. Makes sense. Change the node's name to player. I already did that by double-clicking on it. Actually, I don't have to double-click on it. Well, I guess that's technically a double-click. If it's not selected, it would have to be a double-click. All right, whatever. Not important enough. Before we add any children to the player node, we want to make sure we don't accidentally... Yeah, I already grouped it, so that's fine. And we've got the animated sprite on here. Click the player node. Animated sprite 2D will handle the appearance and animations of our player. Right. Notice that there is a warning symbol next to the node. The animated sprite 2D requires sprite frames, which I already put in to begin with. Properly under the animation tab. Inspects new for... Yeah, I did that. Core is defending her castle from her puppies. From the puppies. If I had to defend any geographic area from anything, I think I probably would want to be faced off puppies. Faced off against puppies. It's hard to not... Yeah, I'm trying to find a downside on that. On that tower defense game. My parents actually just got a new dog who was adorable. He's not a puppy, he's 4 years old. He was a rescue and they adopted him. He's a Basset Beagle mix, heavily in the direction of the Beagle, but with the Basset coloring and a little bit bigger than the average Beagle, and he is incredibly cute. She's 5, she chose this. Fair. That is fair. Yeah, we do have to take responsibility for our choices, even at a young age. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm just gonna check a thing here. Let's see. Yeah, this is one of the problems. One day, when I have a real desk and not this kind of folding temporary picnic / conference room table that I'm using as a stand-in, and I can put monitor mounts that clamp on, I think I'm going to have the 2 monitors here and 1 over here, because right now I've got 3 all right next to each other, which means anything I put on this one, I'm staring right into the microphone and kind of looking around it when I want to use the 3rd window. Which can be a little bit irritating. That's not right. Oh, are they not actually in there anymore? Interesting. Seriously? Sorry, I need to take a look at something. Because of course I discovered something. Yeah, okay, I don't love that. Alrighty. Bunch of commands for information. Response built-in protections. Okay. We're getting rid of that. And yeah.
When you're an idiot.
The Tarsal bot is used in a way to make the chatters and streamers experience more enjoyable in many ways, using moderation and fun within many aspects. Yeah, this isn't a this isn't a shit bot at all. We're gonna get rid of that one too. Sorry, I'm just clearing out the chat from bots. Clearing the bots out of chat. You knew what I meant. You knew what I meant. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, yeah, so here we go. Back in the thing. Let's close that down because I don't like the... So what was I saying? Something about monitors. Oh yeah, it'd be nice to have them kind of both here, one on top of the other. Have one really close to the desk and one higher, although I don't know what that would do for my neck. And then have one off to the side. So that way the mic isn't hurting anything. I could also just shift all three of them this way. Right. And move myself down a little bit so that I'm the far right one. This one that's normally over here would be here. And that way I'd have everything on this side. I mean, it's a thing I could do. I don't love how much that would hang over the side of the desk. So if I move this one to where its base is at the edge of the desk, that would be about 8-ish inches of the monitor that's literally hanging off the side of my desk. And then move this one over here 8 inches. It still wouldn't bring over the whole thing. Yeah, I don't think that would work. I mean, it's something. In case it's readily apparent, I will just point out that my doctor put me on a new anxiety medication. And I'm still figuring out the best way to take it. Sometimes if I take it with food, sometimes it takes too long to work. If I take it without food, it kicks in, but then it also makes me a little bit tired, which is how I'm feeling today, because I took it before I ate my breakfast. So it is working-ish. I mean, it's working to the point of it's better than nothing. I can tell the difference, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hate them too, but the thing also is they so very rarely work for me. Over the course of my life, I've probably been on 5 or 6 different antidepressants. They don't have any significant effect. And it's the whole thing where, like, I do have depression too, but my more serious issues are anxiety and ADHD. And since a lot of the drugs that normally treat depression are usually good for anxiety, some of them can jack it up, so you have to be careful. Others are supposed to work for it. but I've never had any of those effects. It seems like anything that's even remotely activating just jacks up my anxiety, which is also why I can't take the frontline ADHD meds. So I've just got to be obsessively maintaining to-do lists and task lists to make sure everything gets done. Which is, I am functional. It's not a problem. I can hold down a job and do other stuff, although right now I'm looking for work. But it just takes so much more energy. Luckily, you're in a state with medical marijuana. Yeah, I haven't broached that this time around. I recently changed psych providers because the other one left the clinic I was going to. And I meant to mention that to her last time around. Medically, it's available here. I'm in Pennsylvania. And I think PA is in one of those categories where it's like it may be legal to possess it, but not to purchase it or sell it. You know how those weird legal gaps happen? Pennsylvania marijuana law. Currently, the possession of small amount of marijuana is a misdemeanor of the third degree. So I take that back. Maximum penalty of 30 days in jail and a $500 fine. None of this applies to me, by the way, because I haven't used marijuana. Unless you count the contact high that I got at a Rush concert back in 1988. They do have medical marijuana here, though, which is what I thought, because there's a dispensary not too far from me. Your wife's ADHD really responded to it. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check in with my doc on that last time. I was focusing on my anxiety more than anything else. Anyway, where were we? I'm talking about anxiety and reading about... See, this is what I'm saying about the about the ADHD. It just affects everything. I went from talking about a little character on a screen to... so I already had set that up in there. That's working. To talking about my monitors, to talking about medical marijuana. This is what it means to be in my head. Oh no, you're not. You're fine. If I wanted to work distraction free, then I wouldn't be here. It's not a problem. This is a built-in. I am allowing for the distraction time while I'm working, because even that, as somebody who knows somebody or lives with somebody who has ADHD, you know, it's a balance of what is going to make me be the most productive, right? Being here and being alive and working on stuff, even if I spend more than half the time chatting with people, is still more productive than I would probably be if I spent twice as much time just working on it on my own. Sometimes there are other kind of little head games I play to make sure I stay focused. But yeah, no, it's co-working / just chatting. The way I conceptualize it is I'm on here to work and it gives me time. The stream forces a certain amount, and acceptable to my ADHD brain, an acceptable amount of structure so that I can get some stuff done. But also that stuff encompasses things I may actively be working on, as well as talking to people who show up is also part of the stuff, right? I make allowance for that in terms of the things that if I had something that had a tight deadline that I needed to get done, I wouldn't be doing it on stream, or I would be doing it when it was almost done. I just need to sit there so I can focus. Yep. That's pretty much the point here. Well, part of it is that, right, is the body doubling thing. And the other part is just the structure. Structure helps. However, structure is also depending on where my ADHD brain is at, can also be rage-inducing, right? Because I feel caged in. But this is enough. Just being here and being kind of perceived is enough structure in and of itself. And whatever I get done, I'm ahead of the game, is the way I'm looking at it. That's the thing. Also, in terms of, like I mentioned before, I am job hunting right now, so I'm between jobs, which kind of sucks for all the obvious reasons. So, streaming every day or as often as I can, 5 days a week, has the added benefit of, like, I am perceived for at least a few hours every day. So I don't completely lose my ability to, kind of function in a structured environment where I'm earning a living. So it's filling that need as well. And for that need, it doesn't matter if I piss away the whole stream just chatting, as long as I'm still engaged here, So it doesn't, those muscles don't atrophy. And when I finally do get my next job, I'm not like completely and utterly draining my ability to function, or draining all my resources to function for the 8 hours I'm on the clock, and then be completely inert afterwards. So it serves multiple functions on multiple levels. I'm sure that is way more detail than you needed from that one comment of you distracting me, but that's how my brain works. And so no, any and all conversation is welcome. If I need to focus, if I do decide I want to completely focus on a stream, I will, I'll make that known. I'll put it up there. I'll say, hey, I'm in focus mode for the next 10 minutes. Speaking of modes, the ads are going to pop off, and info dumping is how you tell me you care. I'm so glad you see it that way. It is, however, it seems like everything is about context when you deal with something like this. But I just got the warning alert for the ads. So we're going to have our first ad break. And I'm going to use that as an opportunity to stand up and move around just a little bit for a couple of minutes because, again, that also helps with the ADHD. So yeah, we're going to put up the BRB. I'm going to take myself off there. And then we'll be back when the ads are done. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. You live with 3 people that have ADHD, you get it. Okay, you have my sympathies. Okay. So yes, Sage, you living with 3 people with ADHD, you have my profound sympathies. As one person who has ADHD and was diagnosed quite late and came to recognize all the shit that other people put up with, so that they were willing to put up with for me to be part of their life. I get that. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you know when they're kids, because that can make such a huge difference. When I was a kid, back in the mid-70s and early 80s, I was born in 71, the understanding of it was far, far different. And by different, I mean almost non-existent, except for the kids who were really profoundly affected by it. And yeah, so I didn't get diagnosed with it until my early 40s. Would have made a profound difference. So I'm happy for your kids that you and they know, and you can deal with it. I think it would have made a big difference for me. But you play the cards you're dealt. My parents were parents. They weren't mental health professionals. They did the best they could for me, which is better than a lot of people get. My teacher's not picking up on it. I have more feelings about it, but ultimately they're teachers, not therapists. So, and teachers' ability to pick up on stuff like that is a lot better now than it was when I was in school. So, yeah. Okay. On the left is a list of animations. Click default. Okay, so I did that one. Now I need to do, is it flying? Unzip, drag the 2 images for each animation named animation frames. Okay, so enemy, no, not enemy. I want player up. So that one should work as well. Okay, so we've got those in there. Probably best to save. The player images are a bit too large in the game window, so we need to scale them down. Click the animated sprite 2D node. Set the scale property. I wonder if I put these side by side, would that be terrible? Let's see. Probably. That kind of sucks. It could be worse. All right, let's work with that for a while. I can still see most everything. Let's give this a little bit more. Oh, it's not going to move anymore? All right, that's fine. For right now, it's fine. So he's in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, so we got the area 2D. We've got those in there. Player images are a bit too large. Scale them down. We want to make them 0.5. Okay. So scale, that's the speed scale, not the scale. Transform scale 0.5. And is that going to work for both of them? Yes, it scales the whole character. That is good to know. Okay. Again, let's save. Collision shape 2D. Yeah. That is not going to be a child of this. It's going to be a child of this. Add child. Collision shape 2D. Are we using a capsule? We are. Okay. See, I've already, by going through these things, even though I still haven't completed anything except for that really slapdash level with the 2 boxes on it, some of it is sticking. I just kind of need to do it over and over and over again. So I think the problem is not that I have settled on a project that I want to work on. It's that I need a project that's going to reinforce certain things over and over again so that I really understand the world. Maybe that's just better accomplished by me just doing it every single day. I don't know. But, okay, so we're going to do a capsule for this one. Yes, we are. All right, so let's zoom in there. And let's get this situated. Good time zone, Lady Luck. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Things here are going okay. Okay. I am noodling with Godot. In my continued effort to try to get my head around this engine and decide what I want to do with it, as I'm noodling simultaneously and separately noodling several possible small manageable game ideas. Who am I kidding? None of my ideas are small and manageable. Ideas that I'm trying to keep small and manageable so I could maybe make a game. It is not as miserably cold today. So you're calling that a win. I am happy for you. It is. Let me check the actual facts before I say it out loud. Uh-oh. And wow, it is a whopping 32 degrees right now where I am. Considering the lows for the last few days, well, including today. Today's low so far was 13 degrees. It's now 35, which is good because some of the snow will melt away. Not as much of it as I would like, but it will. We've got some, I don't know what they actually did in the construction of this building, but there are icicles forming from the gutters. The gutters are completely full and frozen with water. So in certain spots they had spilled over. And there are these, for most places, that's kind of fine because they're not a danger to anybody. I mean, it's really not. They shouldn't be doing that. But some of them formed on the side of the house that is just over a sidewalk that's heavily traveled. So when those things come down, oh, and they formed right over the area where the gas mains are, the meters coming in to supply both the apartments. I'm not looking forward to those things coming down and hitting that. I'm thinking I might go out and actually cover them with some cardboard or something in case that happens. Anyway, so roughly same here in that it is not as miserably cold. I am not a hater. I prefer the cold to the heat. I don't ever prefer teens and temperatures in the teens or single digits, but I will gladly take those over like a 98-degree day. No question. I never feel so cloistered as I do in the summer. And I know that that's the opposite of how most people experience the seasons. It's the way I am. Now the snow I have no love for at all. Because while it is pretty, I have never lived in a place where it was not. I've always lived in a place where it was at least partially my responsibility to move it out of the way. And that is not the fun part. And quite frankly, at my age, that does not make the prettiness of it worthwhile. But cold I can deal with. Anyway, I am glad that you are seeing at least somewhat of an uptick in the temperatures there. Okay, so what do we want to do? In this lesson, we're going to yada yada yada. To do so, we need to add some functionality that we can't get from built-in nodes. So we'll add a script, click the player, attach script. Attach script. And yes, so now we've got something that extends area 2D. And we're going to put an export variable in, really? Our speed equals 400. pause. It's a really tight space I'm working in here. All right. Use the export keyword on the first variable speed to allow us to set its value from the inspector. Yeah. I have mixed feelings about that, being able to change the value in the inspector. Because it seems to me like an excellent opportunity to cause problems with when you're trying to debug. If I see something here, I guess I'll have to get into the habit of looking at both of them. This one's gonna be and you want to adjust. Like a node's built-in properties. Click on the player node. You'll see the properties now in the window. I do see that. I'm not using C#, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. Contains a ready and a process function, which it does. The ready function is called when the node enters the scene tree, which is a good time to find the size of the viewport. Is it though? All right. Screen size. Get viewport rect. Use the process function to define what the player will do. Process is called every frame, so we just use it to update elements of our game, which we expect will change often. Some of us do. Get that over there. Check for input, move the given. Okay. First we need to check for input. Is the player pressing the key for this game? We have 4 direction inputs. Check. Okay. Right. I thought I already did this. Input map. No, I don't have. Right, because it's a fresh file. Okay. New action. Move right. Are we doing this for all of them? Move left, move up, move down. That's what I thought. Okay. Move right. No, I don't want to change it. I just want to... That's not move right. Get that out of there. Move right. Move left. Move up. Move down. And now... let's do the controller, because I want to be in the habit of... move left. Move up. And move down. Okay. So now we can do keyboard as well as controller for this little bad boy. So all of those are coded in. I'm still doing my window juggling thing over on this side because I like having OBS toward the top. Well, hi everyone. No, I'm looking at my hand because looks like I'm getting some trailing, some lag. That's not good. I'm gonna have to look at that later. My settings might be off. Anyway. So now we've got the inputs set up. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Trying to get into the habit of just always adding the controller as an option because it really should be there for everyone. Oh, I was talking about, excuse me, my Windows. Since I'm streaming simultaneously on Twitch and YouTube now, I use StreamerBot's chat window, which will condense the chat from both of them, which I can use as long as I don't show it on stream. We're not allowed to have condensed chats on from another platform on Twitch, which is fine because this puts them together. But so I've got, still haven't found a perfectly comfortable arrangement of windows where I can see the stats from the Twitch dashboard, which I personally like to have in front of me, OBS, which I prefer to have on top. But if I put it on top of that window, I can do it in such a way, just move it down so I can still see that top bar of stats, but then I can't see the chat window. Now that would be fine because right next to it I have the StreamerBot chat window, but the warnings for the ads don't come up in the StreamerBot chat window, and they come up in the Twitch chat. Anyway, you had 4 hard freeze days there. That sucks. That's enough winter for you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think you're not alone in that. I think most people, virtually everybody other than me, would agree with you. Again, it's not the cold that bothers me, it's the snow. Although going around and trying to get modern faucets that are designed well to drip just enough so that the pipes don't freeze is a bit of a tedious thing to end your night with before you go to bed, but I still prefer it to snow, and I prefer it to heat. I am basically physically uncomfortable from like June until mid to late September. Fall and winter are my seasons. Okay, so I've got all my movement classes mapped. Well, and also another reason why I can see, like, you wouldn't necessarily feel that way. Say just, with 2 kids, I can see people really getting cabin fever very quickly in that kind of weather. So, again, my sympathies. You detect whether a key is pressed using input action. Input is action pressed, which returns true if it's pressed. Okay. So we're putting this under the process. That sounds familiar. Is action just pressed? Move right. Velocity X. We start by setting velocity to 0 by default. Did we though? I don't remember putting that in anywhere. Does it automatically start at 0? No, this is a thing for... Oh, we can set it for velocity. Current velocity factor. Okay. Close. Anyway. I might have to just open this up a little bit. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do this whole thing. We're just going to copy pasta it, and we're going to yes, I got it. Why is that not? Let's maximize this for a second. Velocity not declared in current scope. That makes sense. Did I miss where we declared velocity? We've got speed and screen size. I was wondering about that. We got the screen size. Then we set this up. Oh, the reason it's not there is because I didn't freaking put it there. Var velocity equals vector 2 0. And this one is velocity y plus 1 right, because y is so velocity y the y-axis increases as you go down on a graphics situation. Okay, so that should control that. If velocity length greater than 0. So wait, it's gonna reset that velocity every single time? Like, why is it in there? Because this function, the process function, is gonna run every frame. Yeah, I guess so. If velocity length equals 0, velocity equals velocity normalized. Well, yeah, okay. We're not up to the else yet. Animated sprite 2D, play. Animated sprite 2D, stop. Okay, let's make sure those are what I think they are. So, you just want to hibernate while Susie wants to play outside. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think most dog owners have that same experience at this time of year. Does Susie have any problems with the cold on her pads or the ever-present ice melter on the sidewalks and stuff like that? I'm waiting to see if there's going to be any issues with my parents' new dog. I mean, he was living in Jersey before they got him, so I don't think he's completely unaccustomed to the weather. Their previous dog was also a rescue from the same organization, and she was also a Basset Beagle mix, but a little bit more Basset. She was definitely not beagle-sized, but she was definitely small for what a basset would be. She was a real sweetheart. I still have her on my phone lock screen. Let me see. That's Pumpkin. Unfortunately, she passed away in the summer. And then we have... Let's see if I have pictures of... Of course I have them. Photos would like to... Yeah, okay. Then we have... Charlie. Charlie's adorable. He's only 4 and a boy, so he's a lot more energetic. But very, very cute. Go back. No, all photos. I hate the options of this. I really, really do. Anyway, I'm still waiting to see how he's going to react to... if he's going to have any problems with the snow melter and stuff like that. Let's see. So we start by setting the velocity to 0. Let's look at vector 2. 2D vector using floating point coordinates. 2D, a 2-element structure that can be used to represent 2D coordinates or any other pair of numeric values. It uses floating point coordinates. By default, these floating point values use 32-bit precision, unlike float, which is always 64-bit. Okay. If double precision is needed, compile the engine with the operation precision equals double. Vector 2i is the integer version of it. Interesting. Uses integer coordinates and is therefore preferable to vector 2. I was just going to ask, why would we be using this as something where there is not... Does the floating point precision, is it there for physics accuracy? Because we don't really have any physics in this one. It's just process. It's not physics process. That's for when exact precision is required. Note that the values are limited to 32 bits. Unlike vector 2, cannot be configured with an engine option build. Use int or pack as needed. Interesting. So, well, looks like I just talked through the ads. Sorry about that, y'all. In this case, since we are adding a horizontal and vertical movement, which we are, the player will move faster diagonally. Oh, that's... No. Yeah. That's what the normalized is for. If we move diagonally, it would move faster. Okay, so that would create an exploit. We prevent that if we normalize the velocity. I wonder if that's why it's used here instead of 2i. It's because you can't normalize, if you're using integers, you can't have half an integer. You just can't do that. So that makes more sense. Okay. We always check whether the player is moving, so we can call play or stop on the animation sprite 2D. If velocity length is greater than 0, velocity length is greater than 0. Wouldn't it just be if velocity was greater than 0? Can we play it yet like this? Yeah, we'll select current. Nope. Not moving. That's okay. Let's see here. Now that we have a movement direction, we can update the player's position. That's why we don't have movement. Clamp. Vector 2. Screen size. Okay, so that... Make this a little bit wider. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. Now that we have a movement direction, we can update the player's position. We can also use clamp to prevent it from leaving the screen. Clamping a value means restricting it to a given range. Add the following to the bottom of the process function, which I already did. So the position, once we know the direction, the velocity is up. It changes the velocity, which then we translate to the position. Velocity times delta. Okay. But then position equals clamp vector 2 screen size. The delta parameter is a process function. In the process function refers to the frame length, the amount of time that the previous frame took to complete. Using this value ensures that your movement will remain consistent even if the frame rate changes. Okay. Click play scene. F6. Should it actually work now? I cannot move it around in all directions, so something is wrong. I wonder if I just move it onto the screen, if that'll help, because it's not stuck in the clamp. Just put it over here, save it, and try it again. Nope, still only working. It will not go down, it goes... Oh, and I've got bugs. I got a lot of bugs. Errors. Load image opens, player process, input map, move down, does not exist. Except that it does. Project, what did I call it? Move right, move left, move up, move down. Fuck you, Tom. Capital letter. Okay, let's try that again. Still got an error, and it's only letting me move one frame at a time, or one set of pixels, something. What happens if we go to the end? If we hit the edge of the screen, well, now it's letting me go down at least. Oh, who asked you? Okay, let's see. I thought I paid that. I gotta remember to pay the copay on my doctor's test after this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, the player is only moving one frame at a time, so I did something wrong. So let's go back to script and let's look at this. Let me move this over here, and I'm going to maximize this so I can read it better. Let's go back to the top. You know what? I take that back. I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it over here because I can read it better over here. Let's start at the beginning. So I've got my script. Area 2D. Export var speed 200. And then we've got the screen size. We get the screen size first from the ready function. Then in the process function, we've got our moves. We've got our input mappings done properly. And I've got my... Yeah, input maps are done. All right, let's look at this. So we've got var the velocity equals vector 0. The player's movement vector, right? Input is action. Oh, is action just pressed? It should actually be is action pressed, which is a different function. There we go. That's better. Is it working on the controller too? Yes, it does. Okay, much better. Man, I really need to get my eyes checked. While we're in here, let's put in the new action. Quit. Escape. I'll eventually make that a menu at some point, I guess. I guess we can put this over here. If input is action pressed, quit. How do I do this again? 1 second. Let me, because I have it in my other project. I can't remember it. This is what I'm talking about when I say I can't remember shit. Scripts. GetTree.quit is what you want. Should have left it open. Let's open that up again. Test. I've got very inventive names for my test projects, by the way. Okay, script. Get_tree. Move that over here until I've got this in here. Get_tree. That should be it. We'll save that, and we'll run that one. Okay, it's letting me move, and escape closes the window. Perfect. Thank you for your help. You can go away. Okay. All right. Even though we've got another few minutes before the ads, I blew through the last ad break, so I think I'm going to take another break for myself to do the stretch and the move and the other stuff. So I will be back shortly, and I hope you will be here when I get back. If not, then thanks for sticking with me as long as you have, and I will see you soon. But I will be back in just a couple minutes. Okay. Now, question. What is this one error? Load image opening. Yeah, because I deleted it. Why would you be trying to open it? That's irritating as fuck. Load image error. The image is not there, and it's not included in anything. Why would I try to load it? Oh. It's the icon for the... Okay, I get it now. Okay, never mind. Just leave that the way it is. Oh, let's see. All right, we're not going to worry about that. Okay, so I've got a movable thing now. Jesus, my eyes. My eyes. Make an appointment to get your eyes checked, Tom. Okay, so she working. What was that? If you've never used vector math before or need further refresher, I may have to go look at that at some point just to make sure. Oh no, yeah, okay. Regardless, let's see. Is a shorthand for get node. Oh, right, okay. Is the same as get node. GD script returns the node at the relative path for some current node, or returns null if the node is not found. Since animated sprite 2D is a child of the current node, we can use $animate. Gotcha. And I've got my clamp, and so, okay, everything is working. All right, now that the player can move, we need to change which animation the sprite is playing on its direction. That was weird. Yeah, let me double check that. Yeah, it's using the same animation no matter which direction we're going. Okay. Yeah, that does need to change. So let's see. We have the walk animation, which shows the player walking to the right. This animation should be flipped horizontally using the flip H property for movement left. Okay, so if velocity, where is this going? In the process section. This animation should be... Let's place this code at the end of the process section. Okay, if you insist. I normally don't copy pasta, but paste. I don't like copy pasting code. So animation equals walk. Note, the Boolean assignments in the code above are common shorthand for programmers since we're doing a comparison, test Boolean, and also assign the Boolean value. We can do both at the same time. Consider this code versus the one-line Boolean assignment above. If velocity is less than 0, wait, animated sprite. If velocity x does not equal 0, animated sprite animation equals walk. Flip vertical equals false. See the note below about Boolean assigned. Okay, so now it's using the right animations, and it's flipping the character. Cool, that's good. When you're sure the movement is working correctly, add this line to ready so the player will be hidden when the game starts. Okay, preparing for collisions. All right, you know what? We're gonna... Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change directions for a bit. Excuse me. What are we gonna do? What was I gonna do? Let me save that and close it out. We can close this out for the moment. We're gonna go back to... Yeah, I haven't played that in a while, so let's put that back up. Let's go back to the Duckies. Resume. Yeah, so we're going to put our ducks back up here. And I'm going to work on some other stuff off screen. And let's change the screen name. Body doubling. Well, no, the screen name is right, but we'll just go back to just chatting, so we can effectively body double. And by effectively, I mean the screen will look the way I want it to look. Okay. All right. God damn. What the hell? All right. What the frig? Okay, there we go. Sorry, my ducks got a little confused there. I had to adjust. All right. They're back where they belong now. And then the game will pick that up in just a minute. for fuck's sake. $5 years. I may have just missed it on this, so that's gonna kill me. I'm looking into the warranty on my Secret Lab chair because the gas tube is failing. So I ordered it back in 2021. It's 2024, so it's 3 years. Oh, that's long gone. Okay, so the good news is that I can still make a claim on the warranty on this. But I have to take pictures. Alright, so we'll get on that. I can't look at this blazing white screen. Give me a second. Stop that. Open that in a new tab. Let's see. We are getting all the bots today. Okay. I think I caught them all. And where were we? Oh yeah, I was going to type stuff. Okay. Oh shit. No, I didn't get the extended warranty. Let's double check and make sure that this is... warranty. Extended warranty, please simply show off your branded secret lab chair. I did this, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't remember if I did this. Shit. Alright, well, we'll find out. Great. I'm just going to have to go through my old tweets looking for this shitting thing. It's not like this will take forever and ever and ever. What is that one? Oh, excuse me. Excuse you? Neighbors at the back door. I'll be right. No big emergency there. My upstairs neighbor just got a package, and the next door neighbor was asking me to take it and put it by her stairwell so it wasn't sitting out front because it outwardly looked valuable. Anyway, ads are coming up in a sec, or actually like 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm going to take a quick break here. I will be back shortly. Realized I could have just left the ducks up. Wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. Okey-doke. Hello, hat. Yes, ducks. I haven't played, yeah, I guess technically I'm playing it. It's a very passive game. But I haven't played Placid Plastic Duck Simulator in quite a while. So I figured, why not? I hope you're doing well, hat. So let's see here. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna do this right now. Hey, stop that. Alright. Let's see here. See if I can get a picture of this. Come on. See if those are both in focus. Of course they're not. Why would they be? That one's got to be redone. What about this one? Is barely visible. Okay. Let's try this again. Sorry, I'm just trying to get reference photos for this claim. Come on, dudes. See if those came out. All right. Those are there. Figure what the hell while I'm working on this. Or while I'm figuring this out, I might as well just put the damn thing up right now. Or put in the claim. Seriously? Reload. Have these things not updated yet? Come on, you fuckers. Not entirely. There we go. Okay. Download. Download. left. Okay. Let's go back in here. Let's go to info, warranty. I don't think this will be covered under my warranty, but let's find out. No, this is not what I want. When did I receive it? February 7th, 2021. I've got to find the damn. Find the serial number. Figure out what would be the serial number. Back of headrest. Where's it supposed to be? Seat backrest base. Oh, it's under there. Okay. No, the fuck it ain't. Serial number can be found on the backrest preferred. Serial number is most definitely not on there. It's absolutely the fuck not on there. Let's see here. Nope. It's on the tag. I just got a pop-up from where? Yep. You know what? I'm just gonna turn this over this way so that I can actually read this fucking thing and take a picture of it. Apologies for the noise. That. Okay. My message has been submitted. I'm so happy. Let's see if I get a confirmation on that. Hopefully a confirm will come in on that, so at least I know that's done. And we can close this one. Hello, Malevant. How are you? I hope everything's going well. You're not having too bad of a Monday, hopefully. At the very least. I am sitting here. Well, just a minute ago, I was putting in a warranty claim on this chair, which is, it's kind of old for that, so I don't know that I'm actually going to get anything out of it. But it's coming apart in ways that I do not appreciate. Freezing rain, so working remote today. I am sorry to hear. I'm glad you're working remote. Sorry to hear about the weather. We are not doing too bad here. We got about 5, maybe 6 inches of snow over the weekend. It is causing a few problems, though, in terms of, I guess, the way this building handles snow, because there's icicles hanging off of the gutters. So they are not, they apparently do not drain properly in the cold weather. You're so over winter and hate the snow. I'm not a particular fan of the snow. I don't mind it. I mean, I love how it looks. I hate shoveling it and traveling in it. Traveling isn't as bad since I'm out here in the boonies now. I have my own car, so it's better than traveling city life. In New York, I despised it. But I will take the cold over The cold I love. It's just the snow I can't deal with. So yeah. But other than that, things are okay here. But I am sorry, at least you got to work from home, which is definitely preferable in days like that. I really wish Google Docs had a dark mode. Oh, now there's an extension? I didn't know there was an extension. Okay, so where is it? It's been added. Should be off to the side. Don't tell me I need to restart Chrome. That's not going to work for me. No, I don't want that. Get that out of there. Go away. Oh, did I just... I think I might have just fucked up. Let's see here. Okay, so it claims that it's there. Let's reload it. That's useless. It doesn't put dark mode on the page. So what the hell's the point? Like, are you serious? This is a joke? Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. Okay, so we're getting rid of that because that's just stupid. doesn't actually fucking do anything. Oh, maybe it does, and I just missed that. Let's try that again. Okay. This. Now it's not doing anything. That's encouraging. Fucking finally, Jesus. Okay, that's better. All right. Okay, you know what? I think. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. I think I've hit the wall on stuff that I can work on while I'm still streaming. So I think that's going to do it for me today. Been on 2 hours and 40 minutes. Not too bad. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all very much, as usual, for hanging out. I hope the rest of your days are good, and I will be back here tomorrow at 12 noon. In the meantime, I hope you have a good rest of your day, good night, good everything, and take care of yourselves. I will see you tomorrow.